Yeah, we back again. You know what I'm saying? Money Lake TV, Real Talk, Street Talk. Uh, the Untold Stories of Rich Homie Quan. So, as we left off, let everybody know um, what was what was the thing that was going through your mind. I remember the last time we left off, we was talking about the funeral part, before the funeral, the part when he was about when you found out he had passed away. Then I remember you was talking about when his house got broke in. We kind of like I'm kind of like going over some things. The people, for the people, for y'all of those who didn't see the first part, you got to go back and see the first part. But I'm kind of like, uh, uh, I want to ask you like, uh, some of those parts that we was talking about from the first interview. You want to kind of scan through a little bit of the one that didn't get a chance to really look at the
Yeah,
first part.
like I said, when we met, man,
About those who are, not meaning to cut you off, but those are the ones who don't know who you are. I mean,
yeah,
you might want to start from that,
yeah,
and then they can go back and look at it. But from those who don't know who you are, introduce yourself right quick.
yeah. So again, it's an untold story of Rich Homie Quan. According to me, man, I'm Tony Welch, aka Chicken Talk. They used to call me Rich Homie Uncle Chicken, man. When I met Quan, we was locked up. We did like a year and a half together. Just recapping on what happened. And we studied the music, man. We studied the music, and I told him that he was so talented that they couldn't deny him once he got, you know, back in the street, back in the music, doing his thing. They couldn't deny him. The industry couldn't deny him. He was too far, you know. But so I end up going down the road, and he ended up getting out, man. Like 2011, he ended up getting out, and the man went crazy. He got on like within 2 years, really a year and a half, he started getting known. His music started to elevate. Because I know when we was locked up, man, a man could write a song in 30 minutes, man. He was very talented. But that's what he used to do. So I knew it wouldn't be no problem. As soon as he get in the studio, man, he gonna go crazy. So leading up to me getting out in 2015, he started popping. As far as I know, like 2013, maybe before then. But that's when I went on the internet I was in prison, and man, he just had all this material. Everybody was singing this song. He had videos doing shows. Everybody singing this song, and I was like, man, nephew really did it. So then I get out in 2015, and that's around the time him and Young Thug had split up, and a lot of things were going on. Peanut, Nut had died, had got killed, and he separated from Thug, so there was a lot of stuff going on. Lucci was becoming new to the scene. Quan had beef with Schoolie. I remember one time we were doing the show for Trinidad James, and we got into it with Schoolie. He was with Street Execs, 2 Chainz studio people, and we had got into it at the Masquerade, and man, it was an all-out brawl. People came out with straps, and everything, man.
So, not meaning to cut you off, but for those who don't know, what year was this
There
when
was
this incident
That was
actually?
2015, man. It was one incident where that I know that all of it was like in the same weekend. So it was around Quan's birthday, so it had to be like October, the end of September. Me and Dre, shout out to Dre, man, rich homie Dre, man. Dre, we was in a truck and we was going by the Bluff, North Avenue, right there where the church at, and the wheel came off and it hit another car. And so the wheel came off the truck, the one Baby had bought rich homie, the big Tundra truck. And the wheel came off, and so we had to get out, right, and wait on the tow truck and the police. And man, Trinidad James just came around the corner, like he just walked up, like surprised the hell at me, but not knowing it's the studio. The studio we was headed to is right around the corner. So he had just walked up, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn. So he was like, yeah, y'all still gonna do the show for me? He was like, you know, Dre and them was like, yeah, cool. That's what we're gonna do. So you know, he walked off. There was another guy, he was from Lucci camp. And that's when I found out that Lucci and Rich Homie wasn't seeing eye to eye, because supposedly, well, it was true that Lucci had did a song with Schoolie, you know what I'm saying? And Rich Homie felt some type of way about that. So, but he was telling, he was talking to Dre, the dude from Lucci camp was talking to Dre, said, man, yeah, they squashed that, man. You know, Lucci said his fault, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, whatever the case was. But later on, you know, a couple of days after that is when we did the show. We was about to do the show, you know what I'm saying, the masquerade for Trinidad James, and we was going up the steps. Our little entourage was going up the steps, and Schoolie and the street exec entourage, they were coming down the steps. And Lucci and them, Schoolie and them was like, we coming down, and we was like, shit, we coming up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Schoolie and Rich Homie got face to face, but not close enough. It was arm reach. You know what I'm saying? But they was face to face, you know what I'm saying? And Schoolie just tried to swing at him, knowing that, you know, he's too far off, he's not even in arm reach, you know what I'm saying? But he took a bold move, and it just went crazy from there. We all was just fighting, man. We all was going in, man. I'm telling you, I was punching niggas out, man. I'm talking about down the steps, man. It was going crazy, man. So, you know, we had to get Rich Homie up out of there in the Scat Pack. He had to get him out of there, and we dealt with it, you know what I'm saying? We dealt with it. But, you know, that was just one of the incidents that I shared with him, you know, getting out in 2015 and not knowing really what beefs he had with different people, you know what I'm saying? But that one right there stuck with me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, you know, that was crazy, you know, because people could have lost their lives, you know what I'm saying? You know, people came out with straps, you know what I'm saying? It was 2 officers right there. I think just because it was 2 officers right there, it didn't go down, you know? But yeah, man, so that was 2015. And my boy took me on a little mini tour, man. We did Tennessee, we did Mississippi. He took me to the BET Hip Hop Awards show, man. And man, the man showed me a lot, man. So that was 2015. You know, I stayed traveling with him, making sure he was all right, man. You know, a lot of the camp that a lot of people he was surrounded by, you know, as far as entourage, like they was, you know, he was respected, but at the same time, I ain't gonna say they were scared of him, but he wouldn't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people he wouldn't listen to. I think at the time, Dang was his assistant. I don't think he had too much respect for Dang. You know what I'm saying? Because for one time I remember coming to the house, and we supposed to be going to do a show, and he was still in the bed, and I walked through the door. I was like, "What's up, y'all?" You know what I'm saying? Everybody downstairs getting ready to go. And I was like, "What nephew at?" They were like, "Chick, he's still in the bed, man. You go up there and get him." I said, "Me go up there and get him?" He was like, "Yeah, he gonna listen to you." I'm like, "But that's y'all job." You know what I'm saying? That's y'all job. So I went up there, "Hey, man, get your ass up, man. Let go, man. You're gonna be late, man." He was like, "What's up? All right, I'm getting up, man. I'm getting up now, man." And that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? It was the truth. He listened to me. You know, he even told me one time, man, I need you to be my assistant. You know what I mean? Because I listen to you. You know, I listen to you. I respect you. A lot of these dudes I don't respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I get it. And I think that comes from, you know, people in your camp just hanging around. You know what I'm saying? Not doing nothing. Not to, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to get no money, man. You got to get some money. That's one thing about me. I always try to get some money. And that's part of him getting mad at me because I would go out and I get back in the streets because I need my own money. You know what I mean? I need my own money. I ain't trying to hang around no nigga, you know what I'm saying, ride no nigga tailcoat. Even though, you know, hey, man, my nephew was a stepping stone for me. He showed me a lot of stuff, and if I need him, I can call on him at any time, you know.
So, another question I want to ask you while it's on my mind, and I know the listeners who listening to this interview and looking at this interview on Real Talk Street Talk, which you are giving real talk, you know what I mean? That last album that he released, do you know exactly what date that last album that he released was? The one when you remember when he had got this was before I think he had got released from he was released from Birdman then.
Well, he wasn't never signed to Birdman. He just did that little mixtape.
Okay, so after that.
But he ended up going to Motown Records. He ended up going there. I think that was with, if I'm not mistaken, I could be corrected. Don't quote me on this, but I think like, what was the name of that album? Rich as His Spirit. Rich as His Spirit was on Motown. You know, I came up with that, Rich as His Spirit. You know, like I said in part one of the interview, how they killed me, how they used Rich as His Spirit as the basis of the funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I came up with that, you know, when we was locked up, because I asked him, you know, just a recap, I asked him, you know, what's your rap name? He was like, Rich Homie Quan. I was like, hey, everybody want to be rich. You had Rich Boy, that's the name I couldn't think about in part one. Rich Boy, you know, Rich Kid, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be rich, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's too common, especially when you broke, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got it right now.
Yeah.
So I went in the room and I thought about it. What can we do with Rich Homie? What can we do with Rich Homie? Then I thought, bam, man, you rich as in spirit. You bringing something to the game ain't nobody else gonna bring to the game. You know, you ain't gonna fuck your artists. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be true. You're gonna give them their due diligence. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're gonna treat them like they supposed to be treated. Like what's going on today with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Not even be speaking on another nigga's situation, because one thing about it, I don't know Gucci. I don't know Pooh Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no reason to be there. And that's what's wrong with social media today. People got a platform where they can express their opinions. And really, niggas shouldn't even give a damn what a nigga think. Because one thing about life, you can't please everybody. You're going to have some haters, you're going to have some people that love you. You know what I'm saying?
And with that being said, like you say, not trying to speak on the situation of Pooh Shiesty and Gucci, which is a big topic on
a lot of people trying to get clout just by talking about it. Everybody want to know what everybody.
With your opinion on that, and you don't have to speak on it if you don't want to, but if Rich Homie Quan was in that situation, how do you think that him, y'all's entourage?
But actually, Quan was in a little situation like that with TIG. You know, he sued Fly for, I think it was $2 million. You know what I'm saying? Now for $2 million, if I ain't mistaken. So he handling it through the courts.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you got to take a situation like that for example. People don't understand that when you have these situations with these record labels and have these,
you got a lot to lose, man.
Exactly. You are the type of a person, you've been there. You've seen it. You've been there with Rich Homie Quan.
It's been happening through time. It's been happening through time.
That's right.
Man.
You was right there with Rich Homie Quan.
Q went in the executive office and tore their office up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, people been doing shit.
That's right.
Flipping people for, you know what I'm saying, because you're dealing with a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, I'm telling everybody now, man. The only rule in life right now is to win. Whatever decision you make, it got to be according to you. Like, what nephew at? They were like, chick, he's still in the bed, man. You go up there and get him. I said, me go up there and get him. Like, yeah, he gonna listen to you. I'm like, but that's y'all job. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all job. So I went up there, hey, man, get your ass up, man. Let go, man. You gonna be late, man. He like, what's up? All right, I'm getting up, man. I'm getting up now, man. And that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? It was the truth. He listened to me. You know, he even told me one time, man, I need you to be my assistant. You know what I mean? Because I listen to you. You know, I listen to you. I respect you. A lot of these dudes I don't respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I get it. And I think that comes from, people in your camp just hanging around. You know what I'm saying? Not doing nothing. Not to, not trying to get no money, man. You got to get some money. That's one thing about me. I always try to get some money. And that's part of him getting mad at me because I would go out and I get back in the streets because I need my own money. You know what I mean? I need my own money. I ain't trying to hang around no nigga, you know what I'm saying, ride no nigga tailcoat. Even though, hey, man, my nephew was a stepping stone for me. He showed me a lot of stuff, and if I need him, I can call on him at any time,
So, another question I want to ask you while it's on my mind, and I know the listeners who listening to this interview and looking at this interview on Real Talk Street Talk, which you are giving real talk, you know what I mean? That last album that he released, do you know exactly what date that last album that he released was? The one when you remember when he had got this was before I think he had got released from he was released from Birdman then.
Well, he wasn't never signed to Birdman. He just did that little mixtape.
Okay, so after that.
But he ended up going to Motown Records. He ended up going there. I think that was with, well, I'm not mistaken. I could be corrected. Don't quote me on this, but I think what was the name of that album? Rich as in Spirit. Rich as in Spirit was on Motown. I came up with that, Rich as in Spirit. Like I said in part one of the interview, how they killed me, how they used Rich as in Spirit as the basis of the funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I came up with that, when we was locked up, because I asked him, just a recap, I asked him, what's your rap name? He was like, Rich Homie Quan. I was like, hey, everybody want to be rich. You had Rich Boy, that's the name I couldn't think about in part one. Rich Boy, Rich Kid, what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be rich, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's too common, especially when you broke, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got it right now.
Yeah.
So I went in the room and I thought about it. What can we do with Rich Homie? What can we do with Rich Homie? Then I thought, bam, man, you rich as in spirit. You bringing something to the game ain't nobody else gonna bring to the game. You ain't gonna fuck your artists. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be true. You're gonna give them their due diligence. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're gonna treat them like they supposed to be treated. Like what's going on today with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Not even be speaking on another nigga's situation, because one thing about it, I don't know Gucci. I don't know Pooh Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no reason to be, and that's what's wrong with social media today. People got a platform where they can express their opinions. And really, niggas shouldn't even give a damn what a nigga think. Because one thing about life, you can't please everybody. You're going to have some haters, you're going to have some people that love you. You know what I'm saying?
And with that being said, like you say, not trying to speak on the situation of Pooh Shiesty and Gucci, which is a big topic on
a lot of people
platforms.
trying to get clout just by talking about it. Everybody want to know what everybody...
With your opinion on that, and you don't have to speak on it if you don't want to, but if Rich Homie Quan was in that situation, how do you think that you, him, y'all's entourage...
But actually, Quan was in a little situation like that with T.I.G. He sued Fly for I think it was
Exactly,
2 million. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Now
For
that's
2 million, if I ain't
exactly.
mistaken, you know,
So
he
you
handling
gotta,
it through the courts.
that's right.
You know what
So
I'm
you
saying?
got to take a situation like that for example.
Yeah,
And people don't understand that when you have these situations with these record labels and have
you
these
got a lot to
situations with
lose,
these,
man.
exactly,
And I say,
you are you are the type of a person, you've been there. You've seen it. You've been there with, you was there with Rich
been
Homie
happening through
Quan.
time. It been happening through time,
That's right.
man.
You was right there with Rich Homie
Q
Quan.
went in the executive office and told their office up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
shit, people
So,
been doing shit.
that's right.
Flipping people for, you know what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm telling everybody now, man, the only rule in life right now is to win. Whatever decision you make, it got to be according to you winning.
And you know, Rich Homie Quan said that in one of his songs. Did you know that? And I can't recall the song that it was, but he said what you said, but he said it in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I can't recall the song, but if I get a chance, we'll.
You got to win, man. That's all life is about right now. Whether you in the streets or you a civilian with a family, man, you got to win, man. You got to win. That's it.
Right. That's
Me
right.
being in prison is not winning. Me losing millions is not winning.
Mm-hmm.
And if Gucci felt like, shit, I did this because of this, I wrote this statement because of this, you know, we don't know the end results yet. So a lot of people shouldn't even be saying that until you know the end results.
That's right.
You know, you don't know why he did what he did, and I don't really give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because
we don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care. But at the same time, if you, my little opinion, which don't matter to nothing, don't mean shit, is this. You got to win.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it right now, where shit stands between them two, you can easily pick out who's winning, who's losing.
That's right. And not trying to get off the subject of the topic of what we talking about, because if you really think about it, it is on the top of what we talking about, because these are real talk, street talk facts that we're talking about, not just on the Rich Homie Quan.
One thing you can do is learn about other niggas' mistakes.
Exactly.
You
And not just on the Rich Homie Quan situation, but think about it. Gucci just did a concert in Alabama for the football game. So you got to think about it. This man is not worrying about that. He's not worried about what people say about him. He's not worried about that. That's how people should be in this world. But, you know, people got their own.
And another thing, man.
They got their own mind.
Let me tell y'all this, too. Niggas ain't doing nothing to snitches no more. That's the problem. Y'all keep hollering goddamn snitches this, snitch that. Y'all ain't doing nothing to snitches no more. So they telling and with no consequences. So that's back in the day, nigga got dealt with. Like, remember they used to say, snitches get stitches, man. And that ain't going around. Y'all just talking. Oh, he this, he that. That ain't doing nothing. Nigga ain't been led. Nigga ain't been made no example, man. Nigga ain't been made no. Not saying that Gucci need to be made example, but there's a lot of other worst cases y'all know about in your community or niggas around you or niggas you know in your city that really should be dealt with because they told on some motherfuckers that shouldn't have been told on, or the situation was handled the wrong way, and they did so. You know, you could be mad, you could be happy. Man, Gucci don't give a damn. Pooh Shiesty don't give a damn. He got to deal with what he got to do with. He got to deal with what he got to deal with. So, you know, just think about it, man. One thing about it, if you're busy dealing with your own business, you ain't got time to worry about somebody else's shit. Period. Right. For real.
That's real talk, though.
Yeah, man. So, you know, just getting back to Rich Homie, man, that was my dog, man. You know, a lot of people that I was in prison with, they know. You know, a lot of people that was in the dorm with me or in that prison, mini prison, 'cause I let it be known, boy. I was happy for my nephew. That nigga made it, man. We finally made it. Hey, that's what he did. He made it, man. And, man, I was proud of him. So, man, he was mad at me, you know, keep going back to prison, you know. So it was like a long time we didn't talk, you know what I mean? But I ended up reaching out right before I came home in the halfway house, and we used to talk every day, man. Not every day. We used to talk at least once a week, you know what I'm saying? every week it was, you know, and he was like, Chick, man, I need you home, man. I need you to come on, man. Meat had died. You know, Mike had a stroke, you know, man. Shout out to them brother, man. Long live Meat, man. And Monte daddy had died. You know, his DJ died, 22, I think he was, had a heart attack. Man, people was dying, man. I know one of his aunts died, you know what I'm saying? So I felt the pain. We used to talk all the time. I felt the pain he was going through, man. I just didn't know how deep it was. But nephew used to always, we used to do what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? Festivities. We used to pop perks, you know, I ain't drink no lean, but you know, we did what we did, you know what I'm saying? And I just hate he went out like that, man. If I could ever talk to him again, man, you know, I just wish he could have took another route maybe, or not another route saying he knew what he did. Don't get me wrong, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, like, the hurt he was feeling, I wish he would have medicated some other way. You know what I'm saying?
So how was the funeral service? I know
man, they was beautiful, man.
For those who don't know, I know the ones who looking at the Real Talk Street. So I know some of y'all attended it. A lot of y'all attended the funeral service for Rich Homie Quan.
We was at Creflo Dollar Church.
How was it?
Man,
how was it, man? I know
they
you was there. I remember you telling me you was there.
Yeah, they had a mural when you're walking in the door. They had all type of pictures, man, and videos of nephew, man, pictures I have never seen before, and man, it was nice, man. It was done very well, put together very, very well, man. They had the drones in the funeral. You know what I'm saying? You can see the drones in the funeral. You know. People came and spoke out. Rollo came. I believe Boosie was there. I know Rocco was there. There was a lot of people was there, man. You know, I was happy that they showed up for nephew, man. And you know, nephew had just been in the game 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it probably was 10 years, because
he did the show at Tabernacle, the 10-year anniversary at Tabernacle.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I missed that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, so he had been in the game only 10 years, you know? He was young as hell when he died. So, man, the funeral was lovely, you know? And, man, I want to give shout out to the whole family, man. They always took me arms open, man. They always did, man. Even at the funeral, man, they were like, "Come on, Chick, man." You know, a family got up, and when before they closed the casket, I got up with them. You know, I didn't sit with them in the funeral. I was right behind them, but I got up with them. I had to see my nephew one more time, man. And if you look at the drone pictures, you can see me right there, man. And man, that was wonderful, man. Then we went to he's buried over there on MLK, Westlake. You know, that big funeral home over there, man. They had the dub.
How did you get a chance to meet? What was the first time you met his mom and his?
When we was at
his mom and some of his.
When we was locked up, my mom used to come see me, and his mom used to come see him, and we used to get them to come see us at the same time, so me and him could be out there at the same time. So his mom and my mom used to talk. And like,
don't forget now. Tell her why she looking at this interview. Don't forget that she said you gotta give a shout out to her.
Miss Tammy, you gotta come holler at Polo, man. Real Talk Street Talk, man. You gotta come holler at Polo, man.
You hit him up on the phone.
Yeah. We talked about this. You said you were gonna come holler at him, so Miss Tammy, Koya, Dre, all y'all come holler at my boy, man. Put him on. But yeah, man, you know, so my mom and his mom used to come meet us, and even sometime when his mom couldn't make it, she'll send my mom the money, and my mom will put it on his books, you know what I'm saying? Or if somehow she wasn't able to make it, they send him some money or something, you know what I'm saying? I just buy him commissary off my store and give it to him, and he just give it back to me. You know what I'm saying, man? We
yeah.
took care of each other in there, man. We was gonna eat, man. We gonna eat, man. We gonna eat, and that what made our bond close, man. One thing about it, you find everything out about a dude by doing time with him.
That's right. Yeah.
You wake up, you go to sleep, he there. Yeah. He there, man. Y'all break bread every day.
So
you know what I'm saying? Watch TV every day. Y'all there. You know what I'm saying? You find out a lot about a dude doing time with him, man.
So basically, it's like you was there with him all the way to the end.
Yeah, man. His mama always used to thank me, man. Man, chick, I love you for watching out for my son and man. We were clicked up, man. Shout out to Crime, man. Crime, man. Slime Crime, man. You said you gonna holler at Polo too, Crime. So come on, I'm turning everybody on the Polo, man. Real talk, street talk, man. Stamp that.
Money Lake TV.
Stamp that, man. Money Lake TV, man. But yeah, we were clicked up in there, me, Crime, and Quan, man. You know, and everybody wanted to be with us. You know, you had to come through them doors. We had to see who you is, man. If you ain't right, good night. You know, we'll holler at you out the door, man. We were packing niggas up, shipping them out.
Yeah.
Shape up or ship out. You know what I'm saying? We were running. We were doing concerts in the dorm. Man, niggas in other dorm they couldn't hear us, but they used to look through the window. You know, you been in the County, you see you in another dorm, you can see, man, we in that motherfucker goddamn doing shows. Where Quan had a whole album. Hey, we used to lock down. We used to turn up and be like Rich Homie's radio, man. And I used to be the DJ, man, with my deep voice. You know, I used to be the DJ. Hey, man, welcome to Rich Homie Radio, man. Hey, them old niggas be like, y'all go to sleep. Be like, hell no, man, Rich Homie Radio. Hey, Quan, what's up, Quan? Stand up, Quan. Let's do such and such song, man. And he go to beating and doing that thing, man. Hey, man, we used to have, man. We used to have major fun, man. We made it what it was, man. We made it, man. And all the guards used to respect us, man. Cause everybody knew he was gonna be something, man. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew he was gonna be somebody, man. Like it was as if he was already somebody.
Already, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was somebody, but you know, as far as being famous, it was like he was already famous. Yeah. You know how you go to court and you be in the holding cell before the bus come get you. Everybody that been locked up know what I'm talking about, and that's when the rappers come out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You go into court, you about to get shackled up. But you gonna be in that mother about 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's when the niggas got to come out with their song, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, it's 3, 4 in the morning, man. Nigga don't want it. Not no bullshit, but you got to be fired, you know what I'm saying? So Quan, I ain't get to go to court with Quan, so I was like, boy, I know he was going to court the next morning. He was like, chick, I'm gonna rip that motherfucker in the holding cell. I said, I know you is. So when he came back, he was like, chick, boy, I had everybody in that motherfucker going crazy in the holding cell. I said, I know you did. You lit that motherfucker up 3, 4 in the morning. He was like, boy, I did all the songs. I was like, man, I told you they can't deny you, man. They can't deny you, man. Your spirit is rich, for real, man. Rich as in spirit, man. But yeah, man, they did the basis of the funeral was rich as in spirit, man. And I was like, man, it's unbelievable, man. I went through a dark place, man. I went through a dark place when nephew died because, for one, you know, that was a stepping stone for me, man, and my family to get out of hardship, man. Nephew always told me, man, I'm gonna help you any way I can, man. You know, and I was willing to work for it, whether I would be a driver, security, I did all that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And man, I'm willing to work for mine. You know, I ain't asking for shit, handing out. With my hand out. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to work for this. Let me do T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Let me, you know, whatever I need to do. You know what I'm saying? I even let me book. You know, some people might call me and say, hey, man, I need Rich Homie at the club, walk through, you know, woo-woo. You know, all right, let me put an extra $400-500 on it, call mine and tell, hey, man, hook this up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I could have been doing anything. I'm going to do anything to get some money. I just ain't going to be, you know, looking for no handout. Yeah. You know, we did a lot of stuff, man. We had a birthday at Cheetah's, you know what I'm saying? We had his birthday at Cheetah's one year, and my boy Polo gonna show y'all, man. This is I got receipts to all this stuff, man. We did a show at we didn't do a show, but we ate at Cheetah, and Quan asked him for, hey man, tell them folks to play my music in Cheetah, man. Them folks say, hell no, we don't play that in here, man. You know, they got that techno music, you know what I'm saying? If y'all wonder where Waka Flocka and Lil Jon music be going, they do that little techno rap book, you know, shit. You know what I'm saying? So they be like, nah, we ain't doing that, you know. And Quan was laughing. I was like, damn, man. But, you know, man took me, man. And whenever we did go places, you know what I'm saying? Man, chick right here beside me, man. Chick right here beside me, man. And, man, I just miss that boy, man. I just miss that boy, man. You know. But this is the way I see things, man. You know, you have a relationship with people when they alive. When you both live, I meet you, we have a friendship, we cool, we've been cool 15, 20 years, what have you know what I'm saying? But when one of you pass, the relationship is different. You know what I'm saying? The relationship changes. Now you got a spiritual relationship.
Yeah, that's right.
That relationship don't never go nowhere because you're going to always think about that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you talk to them in your own time, behind closed door, you talk to them.
Praying about
you know,
them,
praying about it, whatever, however
yeah.
you handle it,
Right.
you still going to have, it's just a different relationship.
Yeah,
You know, it's
that's
more
right.
spiritual now. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
that's right.
And that's all I got with my nephew, man. More spiritual relationship. I might be sitting in my car driving, going down 20, 285, whatever, down Glenwood. And, you know, I'll just say, hey, nephew, I miss you, man. Whatever I'm going through, what would you do, man? You know what I'm saying? That's our relationship now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll see him one day, maybe I won't. You know what I'm saying? Only Allah knows, you know. But, you know, that's what it is, man. And I try to reach out to his family every now and then. You know, like I said, they took me with open arms, showed me major love, man. You know what I mean? And I'll be forever thankful for that. But, man, real talk, street talk, man. We're going to sign out for a minute, come back with part 3, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. You know, we got some more stories for my nephew coming back out, man. Part 3. Stay tuned, man. But we're going to sign off. Real talk, street talk, man. My boy Polo.
Real talk, street talk.